Great. And you chose the Azuero Peninsula for Los Islotes project. I know from our conversations from when you first got here many years ago, you've been traveling around the whole of Panama and seeing different parts. What made you choose this area specifically for a project like this? And that's sorry to leave there, first of all.
Yeah, I figured that. So, well, we were looking for kind of the next spot in Panama for investment purposes. You know, when we first came to Panama in 1999, you know, Panama had just received the canal back. It had essentially gone into a recession because of all of the American military that was now no longer here spending their money. And so Panama City was a great super bargain for real estate investments. Then the beach areas, city beach areas started to develop, and those became, you know, a great investment value. But as, you know, time and the economy had improved, those areas became more expensive. There's still good investment opportunities there, but we started looking for kind of the next area in Panama, and we started actually on the eastern side of the Azuero Peninsula and looking at land in 2006, and found very quickly that, you know, they were already gringo pricing there for raw land. Prices for some raw land pieces we saw were more expensive than what developed lots should be, and so after spending some time there, a couple trips on that side of the peninsula, we made our way over to the western side, expecting to you know, hit dirt road and find more of a raw area. But what we'd actually found was that at the end of 2006, they completed the paved road all the way down the coast past the little town of Arenas. So no dirt road, there was pavement. There were already some expats living there and had bought land there. And so prices were certainly cheaper than they were on the East Coast, but not even as cheap as we had hoped for when we got there. But what we found on the western coast was better, more interesting terrain. So not only did we get better pricing on that side of the peninsula, it's more interesting land in that the hills go all the way down to the water, whereas on the eastern side of the Azuero Peninsula it's much flatter. So in the case of Los Islotes, the property we found for that project, a high percentage, we estimate 80% of the lots have an ocean view, whereas the same size of property positioned on the east coast, maybe 20% would have ocean views. So that was one exciting thing for us when we found this piece of property.